parade the colors.
Left turn.
Detail. Halt. Left. Face.
As we begin this day, we now take a moment of silence to remember those who gave their lives. Those missing in action. Those held as prisoner of war. And our great citizens who are no longer with us. Continue your blessing upon us as we enjoy the events that have been planned this day. And may each of us, O God, as individuals and as a nation, continue to acknowledge you. Amen.
We would be remiss if we did not take a moment to remember our prisoners of war and those missing in action. Iraq veteran Sergeant James Reagan, American Legion 9th District Sergeant at Arms, our narrator, Vietnam vet Jeff Lippincott, also with the American Legion, will honor these brave individuals.
America's veterans call for the designating of a POW MIA empty chair at all official meetings as a physical symbol of the thousands of American POW MIAs still unaccounted for from all wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. Accordingly, at this time, the Sergeant at Arms will place the POW MIA flag on the empty chair. A reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoners from the captivity, repatriation of those remains of those who have died bravely in defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor.
Good morning. My name is Dan Fraley, Director of Veterans Affairs here in Bucks County. And welcome to Bucks County and Bensalem Township. Salute to our veterans. Today is Armed Forces Day and the appropriate day to honor our war dead, military, veterans, and our Gold Star families. This day took a lot of planning, and we need to acknowledge the hard work of everyone involved in making this possible. Today is the result of the combined efforts of Bucks County, Bensalem Township employees, as well as many individuals in the community who volunteered countless hours over the last 4 months. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the driving force behind today's program, Mayor Joseph DiGirolamo.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our township here in Bensalem. Everyone that's from Bensalem, I know how you're supporting our veterans today and the welcome home of our Iraq and Afghanistan men and women who have served so bravely for us. I would like to, at this moment, to introduce our guests, our distinguished guests up here on the stage, and we'll start with Major General Wesley Craig. Senator Tommy Tomlinson. State Representative Gene DiGirolamo. State Representative Tina Davis. State Representative Bernie O'Neill. And Commissioner Rob Lockery. And right here from in Bensalem, we have Councilman Ed Kisselbeck, Joe Polari, Tony Belfield, and John Matthew. Ambassador to the United States Army Reserve, Gabriel Zini, and Judge Len Brown. Additionally, I'm honored to introduce Pearl Harbor survivors Alex Horazani and Tuskegee Airman Dr. Eugene Richardson. Thank you for your service. Finally, my heartfelt gratitude goes to the Gold Star mothers here today, and thank for teaching our sons the importance of keeping America free. Thank you so much. God bless you. Today we are honored with our guest speaker, Major General Wesley Craig, who is the 51st Adjutant General of Pennsylvania. He is responsible for command, control, and supervision of nearly 20,000 soldiers and airmen of the Pennsylvania National Guard, 6 state-owned veterans homes, and programs for Pennsylvanians of 1 million veterans. General Craig is a graduate of Temple University. As a member of the university's Army Reserve Officers Training Corps program, he earned his commission as a second lieutenant, as well as the title of Distinguished Military Officer and Cavalryman. General Craig has served in numerous staff assignments, has commanded at every level in both the active and reserve components of the Army. Before assuming his present duties, his most recent assignment was as the commanding officer of the 28th Infantry Division, the oldest. Continuous serving decision in the United States Army. Please welcome General Craig.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's indeed a pleasure to be here. Mr. Mayor, Senator Tomlinson, representatives, commissioners, Gold Star family members, families and friends. It's great to be back here in Southeast Pennsylvania, not far from where I grew up. It is really, I would consider, one of the most historic and patriotic regions in our entire state. For it's only a few miles south of here, in the city of Philadelphia, the Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th, 1776. And the Constitution of our country was written here in 1787. Only a few miles east of here is where General George Washington launched a surprise attack across the Delaware on Christmas Day, 1776. That stunned the world and reversed our fortunes in the Revolutionary War. And it was only a few miles west of here, in Valley Forge, in the winter of 1777 and 1778, where General George Washington and Baron von Steuben reformed, drilled, and reorganized the battered American Army, and what emerged from there was a force that could meet the British Army head-on. Pennsylvania was then, and remains now, the keystone when it comes to the defense of our nation. Before the First Armed Forces Day on May 20th, 1950, the Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps each had its own holiday or event. President Harry Truman led the effort to establish a single holiday for citizens to come together and to thank all of us in the military service for their patriotic service for our country. His desire for a single-day celebration stemmed from the unification of the armed forces into what was then the brand new Department of Defense. The theme of unity played an important role in the creation of Armed Forces Day. In fact, the official theme of the first Armed Forces Day was called Team Together for Defense. The day served several purposes for the Department of Defense, including raising awareness among all citizens about their armed forces, enhancing the understanding of the types of duties performed by the military, and the role of the military in civilian life. Additionally, it provided us with an opportunity to show our state-of-the-art equipment to the American public so they have a better idea of the military might that their taxpayers' dollars were invested in. Truman's efforts also allowed us to give America a day to recall the efforts of all those who have worn the uniform, both today and those who served years ago, from the greatest generation to the 9/11 generation. We are so fortunate to live and work in this great nation and proudly say that we are Americans. And it is in part because of the selfless dedication of our military service members. I can say without hesitation that our young men and women today in uniform deserve the undying respect of our nation, just as all of those who served previously. Today, they are noble and dedicated professionals, ingrained and fully understand the ideals of duty, honor, and country. They understand service above self, integrity and excellence. They are the best trained and best equipped warriors in our nation's history. Many of the men and women who served on the front lines between the 1940s through the 70s have also been graciously on the front lines welcoming home today's troops when they do come home. So those of you who serve in the VFW and the American Legion and the Patriot Riders and work for the USO and the Marine Corps League and many other veteran service organizations, I thank you as a currently serving military member from the bottom of my heart for your unswerving support of my soldiers and airmen of the Pennsylvania Guard. I can assure you all, whether you served just yesterday or you served 40 years ago, that today's veterans carry the flag with the same courage and commitment that you did when you were called to duty. It was General George Washington who quite rightly said, "The willingness with which our young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how justified, shall be directly proportional to how they perceive the veterans of earlier wars were treated and appreciated by their nation." If this holds true, then America will have no problem maintaining its all-volunteer force indefinitely. For the Pennsylvania National Guard, despite now deploying over 30,000 men and women during this decade of the global war on terrorism, Pennsylvania National Guard stands today at 100% manning rate with just over 19,000 soldiers and airmen currently serving. And I can tell you today that I am fortunate. I have a waiting list of soldiers and airmen who want to join our ranks. There are many factors that play into this situation, but perhaps none is greater than the support that today's veterans enjoy, support that in many ways has come and gone across previous conflicts. Today's vast network of education, medical, mental, and social support is something that must not be taken for granted. For as all of you know, it has not always been as robust as it is today. If you wore this uniform sometime in the past and you need help with something, with anything, someone is out there to help. Do not hesitate. You simply have to reach out to qualified veterans officers here in the county, to veteran services officers at your post or legion, or my own offices. So I applaud the effort today here in Bucks County for this veterans outreach that are going on in these tents as we speak. Many other things have also changed in the last 62 years since Armed Forces Day was started. But the reasons to recognize this day are not among them. It is a day that we pause to remember all the men and women who have volunteered, and it has been an all-volunteer force now for more than 40 years, all those who have volunteered to put on the uniform and head in harm's way when called. So please join me on this special day to say thank you to those Americans who proudly serve this great nation by volunteering for military duty, and welcome home to those who have served the nation abroad. Thank you very much. Thank you for Bucks County for your support, and thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, General Craig. To honor our veterans in attendance today, we are presenting them with this certificate from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I know you can't all see it, but all our veterans in attendance today will be receiving this certificate signed by the mayor, our state representatives, our state senator, and Bensalem Council. And I'm going to invite a good friend of mine from the Vietnam War up. Dave Christian's here, one of our most decorated Vietnam veterans of that war. And Dave is going to receive the very first certificate. Dave, if you'll step forward.
We'd like now to have the Gold Star mothers to the front of the stage to assist with the unveiling of the memorial plaque that will hang proudly in our township building here in Bensalem and serve as a reminder to all that freedom is never free. Would you please come forward?
Before we conclude our ceremony, I would like to Thank you for coming out today to honor our veterans. It meant more to them than you realize. I would also like to thank all veterans for serving our country and for participating in today's event. You make our country proud, and God bless America.
May God's good favor and blessing be with each of us and the rest of the activities and events of this day. We once again realize the value of being a part of this great nation. Today, we are especially thankful for all the work that has gone into making this great event possible. Reward those involved, and especially those who work behind the scenes, with a sense of how valuable they are. And help each of us to seek to live as good citizens and carry out our responsibilities to always honor you, Almighty God. Amen.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out today to honor our veterans and to welcome home. I got to tell you, General, I feel a little better now. I was a little intimidated with you being here today, and did a great job, and thank you for taking time to be with us today, and all of our people here, all of the people, elected officials that came out today, and especially God bless these mothers that came here today, and to remind everyone that this plaque will hang in our township building. So anyone that wants to come to see that and to honor that in perpetuity, it will be here in Bensalem Township. I want to thank everybody that worked on this. It's not an easy task. So everybody, Dan Fraley and all his office, everybody in Bucks County that came together and here with us in Bensalem, I thank you so much for coming out today. And as I always say, I know we're commemorating today as a big day, Armed Forces Day, but there's no reason every day we can't thank our men and women that are out there giving us the freedom that we have here. And I just am so grateful for it, and as I know I speak for everyone up here. So again, thank you for coming today. God bless all of you. There's a lot of things going on up there. Please go up and get all the information you need, and I understand there's a lot of food. So if you have a good day today, thank you, and God bless all of you.